Everybody, welcome to our first podcast. We are the Buncha Dudes. We are going to be doing intros today, introducing myself. I am Asian Fascia Gamer. Introducing my buddy Art of Bearbrush, Ty
Oh,
of Scream Gals, and as well as Sophie of Vinatu. Now, today is going to be very simple. Like I said, we're doing intros, and then today's topic is going to be our first game and our favorite game. Welcome, Peach Ruth. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, and we are going to be doing a section at the very end for viewer comments and questions. So first off, I'm going to introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Asian Fascia Gamer. I've been streaming for roughly about 4 years, and I came into streaming because I wanted to show my daughter that, you know what, if you have a dream, you can make it happen. I'm a variety streamer. I play a myriad of games. Generally, right now, though, I am mainly a Warframe streamer. Um, as well as I've had a lot of fun streaming. I've met a lot of interesting people, and I've honestly have now continued to do it, and I really do want to make it a career. That's probably one of the main reasons why I've been doing this. And I'm gonna lead this off into my co-host here, Mr. Art of Bearbrush.
howdy, howdy. My name's Art. Uh, I've been streaming sparsely, um, but I did get my start on it 6 years ago, I want to say. Uh, I was actually one of the first group folks to be streaming miniature on Twitch, but life got in the way, so back off of that. I've been get back into it. Dangerous. I'm going to be streaming that. Um, and Monster Hunter as well. Um, Alan, help.
Now, Art, do you by chance have a regular schedule so that any viewers that come in can, check you out?
Not currently. That's probably something I should work on. You're probably gonna find me streaming in the afternoon Pacific time. Most days. Be a good solid bet. Um, but yeah, no. Gotta work on a schedule. Oh,
Oh, right on. So you guys can check him out. His name and his channel will be in the description in the YouTube video when it is posted, as well as I'm going to be shouting out in here in chat for anybody who wants to check him out. He is a lot of fun. He's a good buddy of mine. I've known him for a good long while. Now I'm going to lead this
yeah.
off. Oh, sorry.
Gonna say, yeah, you're probably more likely to find me on Alan's stream here than my own lately. But yeah, soon.
Yeah. Now I'm going to lead this off into Ty of Scream Gals.
I'm Ty. I'm one of two people for Screen Gals. That's Screen Gals with a Z. We are mostly a horror-focused channel, so we play a lot of horror games. A lot of them are old ones right now, like Outlast, Amnesia, a little bit of Slenderman. But we have been doing a little bit more variety streaming lately. We just finished out a Final Fantasy VII remake. We have also been playing Journey to the Savage Planet a lot of Assassin's Creed on our channel as well. We did get gifted a pre-order for the Valhalla game, so we are going to probably get a first look at that when that comes out as well. We stream mostly on YouTube, but we do have a Twitch channel as well. So when we are on the PC doing any PC gaming, we often will stream to both. We also like to stream with our viewers, play with our viewers in terms of like playing Cards Against Humanity. Smite has been a big thing that we're playing right now. So we really like to have a lot of viewer involvement on our channel, and we like creating and cultivating a community among our viewers.
Now, do
Um,
you
oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
Now, do you by chance have a regular schedule for our viewers?
We do. We actually stream every Tuesday and Friday. We have changed our Friday time, so we every Tuesday and Friday it'll be 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we will usually be streaming for about 2 hours. You're more likely to catch us on YouTube, but if you follow us on Facebook, it will definitely be the place that we usually announce our streams, so you know where to go.
All right, right on. Now we're gonna give this off to my buddy Sophie here from Vinitu's channel.
Hey, I'm Sophie. aka Vinatu, or Vina. Either way, doesn't work. Doesn't matter. Uh, I'm a variety streamer. Uh, Basically, I will stream anything from Final Fantasy 14 to really anything that I have or that I currently am enjoying. Right now, I've been playing a lot of um, Warframe, Monster Hunter. Uh, was doing a fan-made Pokemon game for a little bit, Breath of the Wild. Really should get back into that one and finish it up. Uh, I'm outside of that, I'm transgendered, male to female. Uh, Pretty cool. What got me into streaming was I really didn't fit in anywhere, and I wanted to create a community of like-minded people uh, that you know enjoyed gaming and that we could come together and maybe feel like we had a place that we belonged. Um, yeah,
Oh,
I usually stream Monday through Friday, uh, from 9:30 to about midnight 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. However, I did just get a job, so that might be changing here soon. Just once I figure out what my new work schedule is going to be.
and congrats on that, by the way, getting a job.
Thank you.
Now, I want to actually lead this back onto my buddy here, Art from Bear Brush. What brought you into streaming? Hello?
Sorry, had my mic muted.
Ah,
Initially for me, I had actually started a YouTube, kind of show off and try and teach what I was airbrush, miniature painting.
yeah.
So I was trying to content for that and did a streams for that and
Now, what
started
miniatures
on
did
it.
you usually paint?
Uh, I mostly painted Warhammer figures, Warhammer 40,000, and as well as some Infinity figures. I've got a whole model sitting here, but I was too busy painting other people's stuff instead of my own. Commission painter for a while as well. Uh, Part of what I was wanting to do for the streaming was to promote the company that I was doing the
Yeah,
very well.
yeah. Now,
Life.
yeah, life. Trip, thank you for that. Hopefully, I've edited some things. Hopefully, that'll fix up some of the little bit of technical issues we're having there. Now, hey, pup. So, within your channels, what do you think makes you guys unique? If you don't mind me asking.
If you don't mind me going first,
Oh yeah.
I know that we have some similarities a little bit to Game Grumps, where like we do have that duo going on, but we are two girls that specifically play like a lot of games that I don't really see a lot of girl gamers playing in a group. I tend to see a lot of girl gamers. They get like they're either on their own or they're in a group with guys, or they get brought in because like they were dating one of the guys. So we are, female run, female fronted, female started. Like all of our stuff has just been us. It's been the two of us. We, are very proud of the fact that like we are we are just we don't have to build on someone else. Like we're not building off of some guy that like, has helped like raise our channel up. Um,
Right, you all
and
built it yourselves.
yeah, yeah, and also I do feel like our dynamic is definitely very different. I'm very outgoing. I'm the one who doesn't mind being on the face cam, whereas Say is like, don't look at me, I don't exist. So we have two very different types of personalities, and I feel like balancing those out on on a stream, it definitely brings a dynamic that a lot of people have commented that we don't have. And I feel like our community engagement is a little. I'm not saying that other channels don't have it. Like definitely, you have some strong community engagement, Alan. But we have a Discord that we invite everybody to. Our Discord's completely open, so it's like if you guys want to come and just talk with us, like on the downtime, we're there. We have like if you buy the game, we'll play it. We are very much like user influence in terms of like we want you guys to feel like you have a hand in sort of a brick in the foundation because we are still a small channel, so we like our viewers to feel like they matter. And so we try to do everything we can for community engagement. We really, really focus on cultivating that community.
Yeah, right on. Now, Benito, I actually have a question for you. Uh, now,
Sure.
being a newer streamer coming, what do you think are your challenges coming into this this platform?
Um, the platform itself has changed over the last, I don't know, 5 or so years, where once you could stream every day, multiple hours a day, and you could eventually be found. In today's Twitch and live streaming world, you really can't do that, and you need to branch out into like Twitter, YouTube, that kind of play or those kind of places. My biggest issue right now is probably networking and figuring out what content to make on other platforms, actually using my Twitter, even though I really don't like Twitter. Whatever reason, I
Marketing.
just don't.
Trust me,
Yes,
not a
yeah,
lot of people like Twitter. I mean, honestly, there are definitely other mediums. Instagram is one where a good friend of mine, Usani, has found a lot of progress on. So that might be another avenue. I mean, networking is tricky. Networking is very tricky. There's not one way to do it.
Especially with those follow for follows or subs for subs, they just can ruin you.
Well, that's just the thing. Like, people need to realize that follow for follow, sub for sub, any of those false engagements are actually against Twitch terms of services. And if they find out that you're doing it, you can get banned.
I feel like a lot of the Facebook groups end up being follow for follow, which is
That's
a shame.
It is, and that is true. That is where a lot of Facebook groups sadly have led into. But I have found that some of the bigger ones like TSAN and there's one that I'm in called Nerd Streamers. Those ones actually are very hard, and they crack down on follow for follow very fast, which is good.
Yeah, and a
Oh
few
yeah,
that don't allow it at all.
yeah, but even the ones that don't allow it, there are ways around it where like somebody will post a status about, hey, here's my link, feel free to follow it, and uh, but this isn't follow for follow, and it feels almost like, yeah, if you drop your link in there, you're gonna
Yeah.
get 30 different people to follow you,
Oh yeah.
but it almost feels like those people still expect you to come back and follow them as well. And
Yep.
followers are practically an empty number.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's definitely something that I know I have tried. I continue to try to just to let people know that that's a very trash mentality to have. Follow for follow is in itself a empty promise. It doesn't give you anything, and it's a demographic that once you reach affiliate is unlooked upon by Twitch. They look upon
Yeah.
your interactions both inside and outside of Twitch. They look upon how you've built your brand, and they look upon overall your channel. What's the word?
Quality.
Yes, your channel quality, as well as your interaction in channel as well. You know, that's what they want. They don't want to see you have a bunch of followers and then you streaming and that's it. That nobody cares about that.
That's the problem with follow for follow and being I mean I technically we started our channel, I think, like 4 years or more ago, but we've only consistently been streaming for a year. I have to agree; those empty subs are more harmful to your channel than anything because I think we're about at 180 subscribers right now on YouTube, but we only consistently have like 4 to 11 people on our streams, and we have a consistent like 60 views on our videos. Like when we get like a new video out, like we have an instant like 60 views. So that says that like there's 100 people who have subscribed to our channel who don't interact with our channel anymore.
Yep.
So that's 100 people that are just empty. And that basically tells YouTube, well, there's 100 people who may have subscribed to you, but they don't care.
Yep.
And so when you have those empty subs, they're like an anchor that pulls your channel down. So that's why, you always encourage people like, hey, if you like what you saw, please give us a like, leave a comment. It helps YouTube know that you guys like our content. That's how you can help the channel. And it's a free way to support a channel as well. Like if people go, oh, I don't have any money to like tip, or I wish I could support you guys, like it's like there are so many free ways you could help a channel.
Yeah, and
If
then
you if you just like and comment, engage with the channel.
exactly. It's just it's a sad thing that people get dragged, like newer streamers get dragged into that mentality where I need to get these numbers up, these numbers up. It's like no, 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 no. You need to focus on your content. That's the most important thing.
Content will bring people in.
Yep.
Trip
And
just asked,
yeah,
what is Tia's um, Streamgale's YouTube link?
give me one moment and I
Uh,
will actually get that.
yeah, where are I'm sorry, I've never streamed on Discord before. Are you actually in Twitch looking at the comments?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that is the YouTube link for Scream Gals for anybody who is interested in checking her out and her friend. They are a lot of fun to watch. Trust me, I've gone in there. Just make sure you keep your headphones a little bit low because they are loud.
I'm loud.
Yes, she is loud.
I'm very loud. Yeah, we have a lot of fun on our channel, a lot of silliness.
Now,
Also, there's a Facebook group of, it's can I say SHIT?
yeah, we're already further in, so yeah, we can say it. Why not?
Okay, so there's a Facebook group called Shit That Ty Says, and it's just literally out of context quotes of random things I've said. Like as Loki playing Smite, I said I like to stab you in the butt. So,
Butt stabbing.
if you are interested in some of the craziness that happens on our streams, it's sh*t that Ty says. It's a public open group on Facebook. So if you want to join the craziness there, you're more than welcome to. That gives you a taste of things that are said on our streams.
Yep. Now, so Vinatu, I forget, have you reached affiliate yet?
No.
Or
I'm still working on it. I'm at about 1 1/3 average viewers.
all
You
right.
know,
So that's definitely something that I gotta focus a little bit more on to help you out with. Um, now, so let's move on to our actual topic of the day. We've been waffling about a bit. So the topic of the day is so the topic of the day is first game and favorite game. Vinatu, I would love for you to start this one off.
all right. My first game was Super Mario Bros. Slash Duck Hunter, and that damn dog. Oh, I can't tell you how many times uh, I have tried to shoot that dog after it started laughing at me, even though I knew that the gun just would not do anything.
Right?
Jesus, I hated that dog.
That
It's like,
wheezy
why are you lying
bloodhound.
to me? Right? Um, but I've actually never finished Mario Brothers. Never able to completely finish it from start to finish. So, uh, but then
I
again, I
have.
was a kid with ADD, so
Mood.
um, my favorite game is by far Final Fantasy 14. Uh, I have a weird habit of playing or really doing anything where I dive into it super deep for like 6 months, and then I get bored or I find something else that catches my interest and I go really hard with that for a few months and I just lose interest in this. And Final Fantasy, I always seem to come back to, and I don't usually take those really long breaks. I mean, yeah, I've had some depression issues where I've taken um, a good 6 month break from the game, or like when it went from a free to play game back when it first launched, uh, after about the first 3 months to it pay to play. I didn't play it for about 6 months or so there, maybe closer to a year. Um, but I always seem to come back to the game. I love the community there. Met some really wonderful people all across the world. Uh, I honestly, my roommate now, I met him from Final Fantasy 14 and convinced him to come up to Wisconsin because we had beer and cheese. It was a really terrible reason to come to Wisconsin because you could get that anywhere.
But Wisconsin has the best beer and cheese.
They have
This is
squeak.
true.
Well, actually, wait.
Squeaky.
Sorry, Germany. Mm.
Okay, but
Well,
Wisconsin, cheese,
Wisconsin has the best U.S. beer and cheese.
but squeaky
there you
cheese,
go.
squeaky cheese,
Yes, we do have squeaky cheese.
squeaky cheese.
Squeaky cheese.
We have so many bars that between here and my ex-girlfriend's house before they moved out to Verona, um, there's about 6 bars here and there, and it's literally a 5 minute drive.
Oh, God. It's almost like being in a
Wow.
freaking college town.
Wisconsin.
I mean, we're
Told
not
to
far
me.
off from Madison, so yeah, you know,
Now,
we're
speaking in
basically in
with.
a
Oh,
college town.
sorry.
We're
Now,
going.
yeah. Now, speaking of Final Fantasy, you said Final Fantasy 14, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now, that is an absolutely beautiful game. I've seen so much gameplay for it that I've really wanted to play. Now, is there a particular class and race that you use?
My favorite races are the Aura, which are more of a dragon-esque race. Um, they have scaling on their arms, their shoulders, chest, neck, just other parts of their body as well. Um, there are the Makote, which are the cat people. Well, one of the cat people. They were the first cat race to come out. They're more along the lines of uh, cheetahs and those smaller big cats, whereas the Rough Guard that came out with the Shadowbringers expansion, they are more like lions, so they're more bigger, beefier. But and then my other favorite is Lalafell because they're tiny, mostly affectionately called potatoes. Um, but
Potatoes.
yeah, they're small. When they came out with the current expansion, uh, the Square Enix development team for 14, uh, the Shard on Final Fantasy 14 that we went to, called them dwarves, and I refuse to call them dwarves because they are more like halflings and gnomes.
Mm.
But
But you do know why they changed it, right?
I mean,
LFL?
Yeah. Apparently in I forget where, but it's where actually where Ragzan's um, from his country. It's actually an offensive term, a very offensive term,
oh,
which is also the reason. We'll go
well,
into that later, but yeah. Um, uh, but yeah, so
okay.
yeah, I actually want
That
to,
actually makes sense.
yeah, I actually want to take this second to introduce a special surprise guest, my buddy Trip Hazard, who is going to be joining us right now, hopefully in a second. He'll be popping into Discord in just a second. But as he's popping in, I do want to lead into my buddy Bearbrush Art here. What is your first and favorite game?
First game, odds are, uh, but
Huh?
talked about that one.
Well, for some reason
I
you're like popping in and out. I think you might need to speak a little bit closer into the mic.
Yeah, you're fading in
no, I
there.
walked into my kitchen. Sorry,
Uh,
probably better. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weirdly, refrigerators have some weird effect on Bluetooth. Don't remember what it is about a refrigerator, but
Refrigerators, really? All right, 8.
yeah.
Oh,
I believe it. Anywho, so probably another early game that I can remember called Fire and Ice.
Ooh.
Kind of action puzzler in a way. Very, I recall it being pretty fun. Probably another early game for me was Tetris on the Game Boy.
Oh
I
man.
had one of the big old white brick Game Boys and Tetris, and exactly when I got it. I still have it somewhere, and it still works.
right.
Yeah, no, I hours.
What was it? You were like I said, you're still bumping in and out for some reason.
How about now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no. So I played Tetris for hours. Guess as far as favorite game now.
Can kind of guess it.
Uh, my favorite. If I'm gonna pick a favorite game, um, like favorite game of all time, probably be Okami.
Ah.
Mm.
Ooh,
I
that's a.
bought that game 4 times
I
over the
mean,
years.
it is such a beautiful game.
I've never gotten a chance to play, but I want to.
I mean, have
I
you
had it
seen
on
the gameplay?
PS2. I bought it for PS3. I bought it for PS4. Actually, no. I need to get it for.
You don't have it for PC yet?
No, I haven't bought it.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So that's probably my all-time favorite. And then as far as like maybe game series, would have to be Monster Hunter for me.
Oh man. We've been playing Monster
Yes, we
Hunter forever.
were playing Monster Hunter.
Yeah, you introduced me to it in high
Yep.
school.
I love that game.
I mean, I can't say that Alan, first person to introduce me to Monster Hunter, definitely is person that I've watched the most play Monster Hunter and also Warframe. Here's why I end up playing them.
Which I thoroughly enjoy. I'm glad that you're part of my community event too. First off. Second off, I'm glad that I have somebody to play Warframe with.
Right?
All right. So now I want to introduce my buddy Trip Hazard here. He is a good friend of mine, and he's been supporting my channel, and he's also a streamer as well. He plays Warframe. He plays a lot of other games, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hi guys.
What's up?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Yeah. So I'm Trip Hazard. First name is Wayne. I spent 10 years in the military, which I got medically discharged in 2013. Since then, I've just had like a passion for all sorts of games, from Warframe to, I don't know, The Witcher, Final Fantasies, like you name it, I've probably played it. So yeah.
Oh man, The Witcher. I love that series. It's probably one of the series I've only played one game of, and I'm so sad about. I've only played the first Witcher.
Need to play all of them.
I
Barely
know.
played the third.
Yeah, I need to get the games. We're just limited by budget.
Yep, same here. That's the life of a streamer.
Third, that's why we have tip jars.
All right?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, your donation goals.
Yeah. I haven't
Donate
set
money,
goals
then I'll
yet.
buy more games.
We just have a tip jar. We have had one very generous viewer who has given us quite the donation.
That's awesome.
So
That's amazing.
yeah.
I was actually in a stream yesterday that they were doing a um, fundraiser for lupus, and somebody anonymously donated $500 towards the very end of their stream.
Oh
They
my
now
god.
had $927. It was
Nice.
very amazing. Their goal was $1,000 for themselves that day.
Oh,
Altogether, the group that streamed raised over $10,000. No,
Nice.
$40,000.
that's awesome. I mean, that's amazing. Because honestly, lupus is
Yep.
definitely one of those diseases that doesn't get enough recognition. And
Right.
whenever I say lupus, you know what people think? Are you talking about Harry Potter? No!
Right.
No. Alan, the problem is it's never.
Huh?
My friend's mom has lupus, so like
Uh,
that's what I think of as a disease.
yeah.
You know Melanie, right? Alan?
Yeah, yeah, I know. She.
Her mom.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's turn this to a little lighter topic.
Yeah. I've been
let's.
trying to think of my favorite game and I can't pick one.
Oh, come on. You got to pick okay, fine. At least first game. Give us your first game.
Okay. My first game, that one's also hard because I remember playing video games, like my earliest memory is video games. My first Game Boy game, I was Pokemon Yellow version. I got it with my Game Boy Color because my neighbors had the old brick and I wanted one, but my grandma was like, "Well, this one's newer, so we're gonna get you the newer." I had a SNES, and I remember having um the Mario Brothers, like All-Star Pack. So like it had like 5 games in it. I remember playing that a lot and Mario Kart. My brother and I would play Mario Kart all the time. So a lot of just early Nintendo games were kind of like my introduction. I've been kind of a Nintendo ride or die girl, so that's why I'm not much into Final Fantasy. Um, I'm not much into some of the other typical games that people uh are like, really passionate about. I'm like, give me Zelda, give me Mario, give me those open world RPGs. Um, Currently, my favorite game, I have been coming back to Smite a lot. Smite's been probably one of my favorite games. It's a MOBA. It's pretty popular, so I'm sure most of you guys know about it. I'm shamelessly a pagan, so having a game like Smite that has good representation of pagan gods is just means a lot to me. And so we have a pretty solid group that plays often, and we are looking to play competitively. So we are in the very infant stages of starting a team, so we can actually like train and work on playing more often and playing that at a competitive level. So I'd say that Smite probably holds a pretty high spot in my favorite games. Otherwise, I'd say anything that's open world. So a lot of like the Assassin's Creed games, like Odyssey right now is one of my favorites. I'm sure that Valhalla is gonna probably like dethrone Odyssey. Um, Red Dead Redemption though, I haven't been able to play it in a long time, but I really absolutely love Red Dead Redemption. I keep wanting to go back and play it, and I can't because I don't have my cables for my Xbox, and that's where my save file is.
Ah,
um, but Red Dead Redemption and Zelda. Zelda will always probably be one of my favorite like game series, except anything with the Wind Waker animation style. I don't like the Wind Waker style of animation and drawing. I'm more like Twilight Princess
it's too toony for you. I
and
get it. A lot of people
yeah,
said the same thing.
I just can't do the tunes. I think that's another reason why I don't like Animal Crossing, as I just can't look at it.
Yeah.
Dude, Link.
Like, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, and
Zelda's definitely one of my favorite like series. That and Harvest Moon. Don't judge me.
no,
I
no
like to
hard, no
farm.
judgment. Oh, by the
Yeah, I
way,
mean, there's a lot of games I like. I like games.
and Vinatu here actually streams Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I've heard, but I'm one of those people that I won't watch a stream if it's a game I haven't played before because I don't forget. and it ruins the game for me.
Gotcha.
So, like say we'll used to watch, say watches like Markiplier and like Jacksepticeye, a lot of those big names, and she will be like, "You're not allowed to go watch his most recent video," and I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "Because it's a game I want you to play, and I know you'll remember everything." And I'm like, "You right." Like we're playing Outlast right now, and like I'm like hitting parts that I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember that this was gonna happen." I'm like, "This kind of ruins the experience." So.
It's still,
So
it doesn't
I'm
stop the
not.
oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I don't know. It's still. Oh no, it's still terrifying. It's still absolutely terrifying. The immersion level on that, like, and she just recently got Alien Isolation and wants me to play it, and I don't want to do it.
Do it.
I don't want to do it.
Do it.
Friend,
I
one of
don't
my
like
friends, we were
aliens.
sitting in his living room and he was playing that. He was like hiding behind like a medical table and he tried to like set it on fire or something and then it turned around and found him and ate him.
That's the thing. Is that it's intelligent. It figures out how you hide. I'm not okay with that.
It's going to find you.
No, I don't like aliens. You know that.
Hey,
No.
Bearbrush, have you played any, or art, yeah, art. Have you played any horror games? Hello?
Oh wow.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Um, horror games for me. Let's see, Resident Evil 4 on the game.
Say what?
Resident Evil 4.
Mm.
That's a solid choice.
Have you played anything that was jump scare though, like Outlast? No. Okay.
It's more than just jump scares, man. Oh, it is more than
Oh
just
yeah, no, no.
jump
I know
scares.
it's more than that, but that's like the
Oh,
category that.
that thing gets into your brain so bad. Like that and amnesia. Any game you can't fight back, my anxiety goes through the roof.
Oh man, they're actually going to be releasing. I think it's going to be released on the new Xbox. What's it called? Uh, Agony, and it's
I've not
it's
heard of this.
oh, it is a messed up survival horror game where you are in hell and you
Ooh.
survive by taking over demons.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they
Oh,
just brought out a new trailer for that game,
yeah.
which you can view on YouTube.
I'll have to check it out because I've mostly been following the Valhalla stuff and doing a lot of Smite research, so I'll check it out.
Yeah. Hello, Conductor Shane. We're doing really awesome. Just recording and doing our podcast. Thank you for joining us. We are going to be doing a section at the very end for viewer comments and questions. Love you, dude. Now, so, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Ugh.
Do you just love that?
I
You
love
are
that.
all about the trains.
All right, I'm about the
Ooh.
love train. Choo choo, my friend. Even though, see, I do the love train, but I swear to God, I hate the trains around here because they always run when I'm trying to do my videos in night, and it's just like, dude, how are you? When are you gonna stop?
Never.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Feel that.
So should I do my first game just to show my age a little bit here?
No, see, we didn't
Sure.
want to talk to you. You're just here in the background. Of course, you were
Yeah,
supposed to do your
I'll
first
just
game and your first game and your favorite game. Yes, please, Trip.
right. So the first couple of games was Alex the Kid on the Sega when it was first released, which
Oh
actually
my
come
god.
which actually come pre-built into the console. Um, then I sort of moved on to Paperboy. If any of you have ever played that,
Oh,
Oh my God!
Paperboy! I love
yeah,
that game.
Paperboy.
Holy crap, you are old. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I missed that game so much. I could only play it with my friends.
um, then
Like
then
I'm the
another.
youngest person here.
Hmm?
I feel like I'm the youngest person here.
You probably are.
You just might be.
Yeah,
And there's nothing
Um,
wrong with that. Youth is a gift.
right.
then then I moved on to a game called Toe Jam and Ale.
Oh my
Mm.
If you've
God!
not if you've not played it, I think it is on Steam, and they are releasing a new one apparently,
Yes, they are.
which is kind of an old classic. Then it was kind of like Star Fox and Time Crisis.
Oh, Time Crisis.
If you've ever played any of them, they were like in a lot of arcades, like around the world. Time Crisis.
Yeah, Alan, we played.
Mm-hmm.
And then favorite game. I have quite a few, but one of the top ones is probably The Last of Us on PlayStation. I
Mm.
just love the story from that.
That
It was
story
good.
rips me
However,
apart.
sorry.
That story rips me apart.
Yeah, it's probably the only game that has ever brought tears to my eyes. If I'm totally honest, they did really well. However, there is a lot of controversy at the moment about the new one that's coming out, the part two, where it sort of deviates away from what the story should be to a completely different agenda.
Uh-oh. I don't like the sound
Uh,
of that.
Yeah, I've heard
yeah,
some
yeah,
rumors.
a lot of people are a bit angry because they've delayed it indefinitely due to the pandemic that's going on at the moment. But then apparently it's got a June release date, but I don't think that's 100% confirmed yet.
Hmm.
But it's been more, how to put it, um, it's going off the focus of like everyone's dying, there's zombies and all that sort of stuff, to more of a lesbian type.
No, they're turning it political.
Yes, apparently so. So a lot of people are a bit angry. But for me, I don't care. As long as the story is good, it does not bother me at all.
Yeah, I mean,
You
like
know,
if they make it a good game, that's what matters. I just hate it when they use a game to be just a political platform. If that's all
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
I am not playing that game. But if it's a good game, I don't give a shit if they use that for that.
Same with like TV shows. Like if you're making it too obvious that if it's not already meant to be a show that focuses on those issues, if you are suddenly take a turn, anything that suddenly takes a turn to make like a political statement, I'm just turned off by it. I'm like, I'm sorry, these are my escape.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's so off-putting when that suddenly happens.
yeah,
well, it's like there was a lot of controversy about Cyberpunk 2077
yeah,
Yeah, with the
yeah,
whole
because
yeah, and
they've turned it into well, it was one poster, but apparently you can have, you know, a male as a female character,
yeah.
which, to be honest, it's good because
Customize your
What was that? Airbrush?
what is it?
I said you can customize your genitalia.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah, I just heard that. That was what I
which
mean,
is
I
good.
simultaneously want to play it, but like
Why?
just okay, because I want to see what weird shit you could do with it, but like at the same time, I don't want to play it because like that's not appealing to me. Just the fact that that is something that they advertise that you could do in the character customization is just like why I kind of want to see how far you could take this, but at the same time, it's like, no, I'm not into doing any of that. Like, I'm
yeah.
I
really
mean,
not.
you essentially made a porn game there.
Right.
Pretty much,
Also,
yeah.
I mean, I
Which
feel like
sounds like a lot of
oh, go ahead.
Korean MMOs I've heard have some very in-depth character customization.
Oh dear. I feel that like honestly, I'm big on like we have a very big binary in video games of like male or female. Those are your two choices, and I do feel like having some more non-binary options would be great. I myself have recently found that I'm actually more non-binary than like being part of a binary. So it's like sometimes when I go to play a game and a character, and if I like go, oh, I'm gonna choose female because I feel more connected to the female. It's so female that like I'm not comfortable. I feel weird playing a female character, but and then the male is so masculine that I'm like I feel weird playing. It's kind of nice to be able to have something that's like is customizable, but like something like that kind of customizable. It's like, do we really need this?
Right?
Is this what does this
Those
do for the
parts don't
gameplay?
necessarily be
Like,
customized.
It's like
right?
nobody asked for customizable genitalia.
Like go to Newgrounds if you need that.
They-
The
They're
thing is,
they're
Like,
there was a lot of people that was sort of Um, and this is no offense to you, Vinital, but there was a lot of people from the transgender community who were saying that there weren't enough inclusivity for them as gamers. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's an escape to get away from the real world, and bringing that sort of stuff into a video game could actually damage it more than just having, say, a male female character.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
like
like
if you're trans, male to female or female to male, you can just pick your preferred gender in that kind of a case.
it's
Like,
just yeah. But at the end of the day, it just comes to a case of don't bring your reality into my escape.
right?
Yeah, but cyberpunk it fits though.
No, I get it. You know what? With Cyberpunk, I really don't. I personally just want to see how the game is. If it's a good game, that's what matters to me.
Right.
Customizable genitalia aside.
Ooh. Quarantine's got people going a little cuckoo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me. I'm still getting little love notes every now and again. That's not fun.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about that on here.
Right.
Okay. So I believe we've done everybody except for myself.
Yeah.
Uh. Okay. So first game. First game is gonna be weird because it technically didn't come out when I was alive. I mean, it didn't come out, let's say, when I was born. It came out way before I was born, but it was the first game I got because my mom bought it at a Goodwill. It was the Atari Pong.
Yay!
Oh, Pong
Somebody
is
finally has
amazing.
Pong.
Dude, I love Pong. Me and my brother would just sit there playing that. Dook, dook, dook. You bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then
We need a
favorite
level
game.
one Pong. Let's go.
Favorite game, much like everyone else, it's hard for me to pick a singular favorite game, so I'm gonna have to do some categories here. But
Yeah.
favorite game series, there's two of them. It's either Pokemon, because Pokemon was like the first game that I bought that wasn't a hand-me-down, that wasn't bought from Goodwill. Was Pokemon Red.
Same.
Yeah, was a Pokemon Red and a Game Boy Color. That was the
That was the
first
same.
actual
Yep.
game that I ever got, and it was
Yep.
my favorite color too. It was a teal Game Boy Color. I wanted that one so badly, and it was kind of
Honestly,
funny.
think we had the same.
Oh God, huh? Wait, I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time?
I didn't hear Vin.
Vin?
Or not. I just didn't hear Vin. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was hoping to hear Vince say what we said.
Oh, I
Yeah.
said I think we had honestly had the same Game Boy Color and Pokemon game.
Ah, that's badass.
Mine was Barry.
I actually still have that same game cartridge buried somewhere in my mom's house in California.
Same though.
Got
In
I
a
my
have mine.
own copy of red, yellow, and
That's so awesome though. I love those games, but
sapphire.
oh man, Sapphire.
Literally own every single Pokemon game, main series Pokemon game that has come out. As for the spin-offs, I own most of them,
Nice.
in a handful. I'm weirdly a collector of all like Pokemon games.
See, I've other than the dungeon games, because I played a couple of them and I had a couple of them. The only game that I have not played or do not have is Let's Go Pokemon, Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu, and the new Pokemon Shield and Sword.
How do you feel about the new Pokemon though that have come out? Because I know like a lot of hardcore Pokemon fans have just like they either like it or they don't like it. Like they're either
I
like,
like
yeah,
some
I'm
of
not gonna play
them.
the new one.
I like some of them. The only one I truly have a problem with is the penguin with an ice block head. I'm sorry, but what the fuck? That is the one F
Oh,
bomb.
we've had stupid Pokemon before. Remember the one that's just key?
Yes, I remember the one that's just keys, but still, the ice head penguin kind of takes the cake right now. For me.
Okay, okay, yeah, because like I stopped playing because I couldn't keep up with the games because I didn't have the money, but B I just didn't like a lot of the new designs. I didn't feel like it was Pokemon anymore. I felt like they were trying to just
Yeah, no.
I don't know, like put things through a scrambler and be like, oh look, a Pokemon, we've made the thing.
I think at this point, Pokemon needs to take a 360 turn and stop focusing on releasing new Pokemon species. Kind of slow down on the amount and work on
Right?
the storyline.
A massive open world Pokemon game.
Dude,
They,
I would be
you,
so
do,
down.
do you know how many times Game Freak was like, "Oh yeah, we have this idea," and then they're like, not even mention it in
Never
the next
mind.
releases. It's
Right?
like, but
Like,
you said you were going to meld all the freaking regions.
okay, but like Ubisoft
I
or
got
Rockstar, like team up with them and like get one of those, they got some pretty good open world like designs done. Just make it Pokemon.
Yeah, no, they could. They very
Like
well could.
there are
Who
so many
yeah.
studios that they could team up with.
Yeah.
Like
The only thing that I don't like about Ubisoft games though is the driving mechanics. The driving mechanics in Ubisoft games suck.
Okay, but are you gonna be driving in Pokemon?
You
Like,
never know.
let's say,
Eh,
like, I would rather ride my Rapidash or fly on a Charizard than drive a vehicle. Like,
I mean, I,
Yeah.
I would agree.
I didn't catch this Dragonite for nothing, man.
It's like, listen, you got a
You're
car,
Speed,
I have a Pokemon. Fuck your car.
right?
Spend
Right. I
60
got a
hours.
Tauros.
Pokemon.
My Tauros will beat your car. Like, who needs a boat? I got a Gyarados.
Exactly.
Lapras. Like, let's go. Or Pidgeot. Yeah, Pidgeot's one of my favorite Pokemon.
I think one
There you go.
development team that could probably do a really good open world for Pokemon would probably be Square Enix.
Yeah, Square Enix could probably
Ooh.
do something really well, but they're so busy right now with doing the Final Fantasy VII reboot.
I mean, they
Yeah,
Like,
have
true.
other teams though that could be.
they do.
Yeah, like they have a
But
lot
would
of
Game Freak
teams.
really team up with Square Enix?
Square
That
Enix has their problem where they just take too long to do something.
I mean, at least they do it well.
That's a mood. At least they're not blizzarding this
Yeah.
coming out soon.
I mean, Final Fantasy 11 aside, at least they do it well.
Yeah.
I mean, 11's
Like,
pretty good.
Cross
well,
just-
like the remake, is
Okay.
absolutely gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
It is. I love seeing it. I really wish I had it. but-
Okay, so really funny thing. You can actually watch almost the whole game on our channel, except the last chapter because Square Enix said you can't stream the final chapter. So it's a blue screen with me trying to narrate everything that's happening. So that aside, you can watch the whole game on our channel if you're interested in it, except the last chapter. It's me being like, all right, she's on a motorbike, guys, and she's going down the freeway. There are 3 soldiers on a motorbike next to her. Don't worry, Cloud's got this, guys. Oh, she used her spinning slash. Sweet. All right, she's defeated them. Now there's a giant robot. Oh, he's tipping on his side. Oh, now he's using a fire blast. Like, that's literally like an hour of me just like radio announcer, like Final Fantasy.
Jesus.
I was doing my best. I was doing my best, but yeah, and if you're interested in the gameplay, it's really beautiful. It's not hugely open world. It's a little on rails. That's why I'm also kind of not entirely fond of Square Enix for doing an open world Pokemon game because even Kingdom Hearts 3 is not truly open world. It's still a little bit on rails. Like God of War feels open world, but it's also on rails. That's why I feel like Ubisoft or like Rockstar, they have that open world down. They've got it locked down.
See, I think
So
more if they went along the along the routes of what was that Pokemon that had dark Pokemon in it? Dark Lugia?
Altu.
Yes. If they went along that route, I think they would have been in the right. It would be a step in the right direction.
mm,
And of course, you never played that
Yeah,
game.
I don't think I did.
I've played
actually.
both of them. Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. They were both
That's
on
the one.
GameCube.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was a cool mechanic that they came out with. Like you would capture the Pokemon, and the more you use the Pokemon, the less dark it became. But like the dark moves it
Oh,
had were actually really strong.
I remember that. I
And like,
vaguely remember that.
oh, it's like Pokemon now it's not as strong. Dang it!
Yeah.
Come on.
Although I feel like Pokemon, I feel like they have it easy because they have a pretty like base formula for story. It's protagonist leaves home, Pokemon trainer has rival from home, defeats large like evil group of people, team something.
Yeah, I mean
Like
that's been their winning recipe for a long time now.
so I don't see why you couldn't do an open world where you would have to travel from region to region. Like they could make the different regions, like Kanto, Johto, they have all their different regions. They could be different open world games, and then
Well,
their online could be a massive region.
in the
Or
past,
where you live is related to it, because like Alolan is like Hawaiian.
right? Well, I mean, in the past, their main what's the word? The thing that was holding them back was the amount of space that they had on those cartridges,
Oh
which
yeah, no, I totally get that.
yeah, which now that's a bit of a moot point.
Exactly. So I feel like an open world concept could easily, like, I feel like this is the perfect time to have it.
Yes.
Really. Like a lot of games are moving towards open world. A lot of games are moving towards that more free form, less on the rails kind of gameplay. And I feel like Pokemon Go, they tried to do something that was open world in the fact of like, it's using the geocaching kind of thing.
I mean,
It
let's be
fell
honest
flat.
here. Pokemon Go was the way to make people get off their fat asses and go do something.
Well, okay, yes, but how many people
Yeah.
attach that to their dog and let the dog go run around the yard?
Yeah, but the
Like,
dog wouldn't be able to catch Pokemon for you now, would it?
I mean, true. My friend Ginks actually found their cat through Pokemon Go and named their cat Eevee because they were
Huh?
looking for Eevees. Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and so like Pokemon Go has done a lot of good stuff, but I don't feel like it's truly given people the real world experience of Pokemon that they wanted.
I mean, listen, we can
So
stick a VR helmet on people and start saying, "Hey, go out on your adventure," and let them do
and
their
then
thing
that's
across
how
the
we end
world.
up with a much higher level of pedestrian deaths.
Yes, yes, yes,
Um,
yes. That's exactly what would
it,
happen.
natural selection, guys. It's fine. Darwin would be fine.
Natural
No,
I
that's
mean,
that's
think
the route
about
we're
it.
going here.
Think
Survival
about
of the
it. It's like,
fittest. If you're dumb enough to go outside with a VR helmet, listen here.
yeah, you were asking for it. You were asking for it.
Well,
Listen,
I mean,
I don't make the rules. Darwin does. Okay.
how many deaths do you think actually happened with like Pokemon Go?
Well, I mean, a
I
decent
don't.
amount have already had happened in the beginning due to like them doing it while they're driving, them not looking while they're
Yeah.
crossing the street, them
Someone who
walking
discovered a
into some
body
strange area and being
and
murder
shot.
raped by some creepy dude.
What?
See, that's where I think if they did like a Pokemon Go, but for VR, where you do not have to leave your house, you can literally like experience it through VR. Be a big
Yeah, except
project, but
the VR. My only issue with VR is that like people who can't afford it, especially right now with how things are, a lot of people, their budgeting is completely different. VR is kind of a luxury in the gaming community still.
It
And
Yeah.
it's not as easily accessible as like, oh, I already have a PlayStation. I already have a PC. So to add the VR element as like a requirement, there are many games I'd love to play that have a VR element and I'm just like I can't play it because I don't have the money for a VR set. Like we'd rather use that money towards better equipment or better, or rent or food. So I do feel like VR as an option would be cool, but I also think let's bring back Hey You Pikachu. I love that game.
Pokemon
Like,
Snap.
I feel like the
oh
Snap element would be cool, but maybe not like the actual full game Pokemon Snap, because
or you could just do what I did and just hack the game and make Google Maps walk for you.
Are
That worked.
or
That
you
worked.
could
I
do
didn't.
that.
Yeah, I
you
didn't
kidding me?
even
You know
leave
how
my
many
house
people in
to do it.
China do that?
You literally set up like I live in the UK and I set up a place to walk around Central Park in New York through Google Maps and the sort of like obviously like your waypoint where you want to walk to, and it used to do that through the game. So I was walking around in Central Park collecting Pokemon without leaving my house.
And then after this podcast, we all find out that Trip's Pokemon Go account has been closed.
Oh
No,
shit!
I mean,
I've
I've
not,
had it
I've not played it
twice.
for years, so
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
um,
I doubt they're even
I
listening to this podcast.
oh,
Trust
I
me.
know. I'm just teasing. But yeah, no, I've definitely heard of people doing that because we back when I worked at Starbucks, it was super popular because we had the Pokemon Go Frappuccino, it was actually really good. Okay, it actually tastes really good. It's weird, but it actually tastes good. But a lot of my
got it.
partners, there, they would have Pokemon Go as like set up to walk around like the downtown area. And I was like, I don't care if you got that going, just don't be checking your Pokemon Go while you're at the bar. Like your phone stays in your pocket. Like, or I confiscate your phone because everybody kept checking their phones for Pokemon Go, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, there's a Bulbasaur," and I'm like, "Don't say this because I want to get it, and I'm your shift supervisor, and I can't. I have to set the example."
Oh no, we actually had that problem where I work, which I can't say, but at my work we actually had a sign that says there are no Pokemon here.
Well, we became a Pokestop. Someone would throw up a lure module or something, which now they have more modules, but they would throw up like a module and on their break, their 10-minute break, and they would just sit there and catch Pokemon
Oh man.
and spin their thing. Yeah.
All right, but now we got off. We went on a tangent there, but second game that's in that category, second game series that's in that category is also same as my buddy here, Art, Monster Hunter. Ever since he introduced it to me, freaking love that game. I mean, how can you not?
We know.
Hunting
know.
giant dragons.
Are you excited for the film?
No,
What? What?
absolutely
The
not. No, 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 no,
Making a
no.
Monster Hunter film
Talk
with
about
We will not mention that travesty on this. It's just
Sad.
it's bad. The trailers are bad. I get like the thing is the cast isn't. Everything else
Cast
is.
good. The premise is terrible.
Yeah.
why have they fetched out a trailer for it?
Yeah. Well, like a teaser.
They've got a teaser and they've given the premise and
It's not Monster Hunter.
a U.S. Marine portals into the Monster Hunter world and then portals back out and the monsters follow him.
It's not Monster Hunter.
So original.
It's just it makes me sad that they're making that into a movie. Anyways, so yeah. Favorite game at the moment is Warframe. Honestly, it's what I've been.
May I ask what Warframe is, though? I keep hearing about it, and I actually know nothing about
Okay, so have you ever played Dynasty Warriors?
it. Isn't that the game that Tristan played a lot?
Yes.
I watched him play. I don't.
Okay.
I think I played it like twice.
Okay, you know the premise of the game though, right? It's like you go into a mission and there's a bunch of things you need to kill. And
That sounds like most of the games I played, but
yeah,
sure.
but you're just running around hacking and slashing things, and it's a third person.
Okay.
It's a third person
Okay,
hack and slasher. Okay, so but it's cooperative MMO style, and the lore behind it is super in depth and really cool, and there's a lot of it that I can't reveal on this particular
Yes.
podcast because there's a lot of spoilers. There's a huge amount of spoilers within the storyline.
But I like the game.
It's a little bit grindy, but if you had somebody playing with you, which I would play with you if you played on PC,
I would play on PC.
it actually is a lot of fun.
Okay, I might.
Because
check it out.
the main thing about it is you can customize the gameplay based on the frame that you're using, which is your quote unquote character, the weapon that you have on that frame, which is the main weapon, which is a gun, a sidearm, and the melee. Those are all customizable, and it's a game that you can play your way.
Okay.
Uh,
Definitely. Probably. Is it a war game, kind of like Call of Duty or like Battleground or anything like that?
No, not necessarily. It's more like a hack and slasher, like
You're
Dynasty.
basically a space ninja.
Yeah. Um, what's a good game
Okay.
that you would know that it would be comparative to?
Oh, I hate to compare it to
I
Destiny
would
because
just leave
Destiny
it
is
at
fairly
Space
bad, but
Huh?
Wait, what?
Say it
He said
again.
he'd hate to compare it to Destiny because Destiny's quite bad.
It's similar to Destiny, but it's a third person version of Destiny with a bit better mechanics and parkour in it.
Yeah, you know what?
Um,
I'll just check out one of your streams for it and see.
And
Yeah.
there's probably a lot more
I think.
content in Warframe than what there is in Destiny.
Oh
And,
yes.
yeah.
and it's free.
And you don't have to
Wait,
pay.
Warframe is free?
It's
Yeah,
free to play.
Warframe's free.
100% free. And I actually like everything, all 100%, every single bit of the content in the game that you quote unquote can pay for, you can get for free.
Yeah, I will definitely check it out then, especially if I can play with you.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
my current profile is a 100% non-paid for profile, and I've unlocked almost every single thing in the game.
Yeah, that's okay. I like games like that where they don't hide behind a paywall because like
Yeah.
that's so annoying.
The only things that like the pay for, like there's nothing that you have to pay into.
Warframe slots maybe, but like literally anything that you earn in the game, you can put up on the Warframe market, which is a website. So say if you got like because a Warframe is split up into four pieces. You've got the blueprint, the chassis, the systems, and the neuroptics, which is basically the head or the helmet.
And these are things that
So
you
you
need to build it.
Yeah, so you need all four parts to build a warframe. You can get the warframes by doing missions, even though it might be a little bit repetitive sometimes, where you're not getting what you want. But literally, all the warframes in there
Like
are absolutely
Octavia.
free. Yeah, Octavia. I'm still trying to get Harrow Systems for like 3 weeks in a row. It's just not dropped for me. But yeah, all the warframes you can get for free. Um, you need warframe slots in your inventory to be able to put the warframes in, which is why I said that's probably the only thing that you might need to spend platinum on, which is like the currency. But you can do something called relic runs. So you have like different types of relics. And if you go and open these relics, they'll give you items. Now you can sell those items. It might only be 10, 20 platinum, but if you can get an item that's worth 20 platinum, that's a warframe slot. And you'd literally have to pay no IRL money whatsoever.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely check it out and possibly download it. It's on Steam.
Yes, it is on Steam.
Okay. Yeah.
Steam, PlayStation,
I will
Switch.
probably do PC just
Uh,
because if it's any kind of like point and attack, I do better with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, there's a lot of shooting, a lot of hack and slash.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll do mouse and key. M and key is my
you can
go-to.
also download it straight from the website for it.
yeah, I think that's how Alan's got his downloaded. He downloaded his through the actual website, I think, where I've got mine through Steam.
And
But it doesn't
Okay.
matter. It doesn't matter how you download it. If you've got it on PC, you can still add people, so you don't have to be on Steam to play with Steam or other people
Okay.
from.
Yeah. Alan, I'll let you know so we can play since it's one of your favorite games.
As his internet dropped out.
Oh no! Did we lose our?
No, sorry,
There he
I
is.
was on mute for a second. Sorry, but
I was like, our great and glorious leader is gone.
no, but thank you for that. That's awesome because I definitely want to be able to play a game with you. And second off, I'm actually
Yeah.
working on building a clan, which is
Oh.
essentially a guild in the game, and I wanted to have active members. And one of the big things is it starts off with only 8 members, and if we have 8 active members farming out all the stuff we need to research everything, once everything's 100% researched, then we can start branching out and making it bigger and getting more people in it and stuff like that. And I want it to be a guild that's or a clan that's based around helping new players get into the game.
So
Yeah.
you will be a perfect candidate.
Sweet. Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
check it out.
technically, so would I.
Yeah, I'll check it out. And like I said, I have to work around my training schedule for Smite because Smite is one of my focuses right now. Which, if you want to check out Smite, Alan, we could play Smite together.
I
As well
actually already, I believe I already have Smite installed. Yeah, Smite
You
is
should play.
Smite is one of those MOBAs that I was trying to get into. I just haven't really been able to yet. Because I'm
Well, if you join our Discord, we have like a group that we're a very supportive group. We help new players
okay.
get into the game because it can be very toxic. I mean, you're familiar with League of Legends, like a
Yes.
community can get very very toxic. So like one of my friends when they play, they aren't like the best player in the world, obviously, like they just started playing, but they'll be like, "Why you suck so bad? You should just quit." Blah blah blah. Like very very toxic towards them. Whereas like when we play, if you're not doing great, we'll be like, "Hey, you know what? You're trying your best, and here's what you can do to help be a little bit better." Like there's a Discordia. There's somebody who played Discordia the other day, and they weren't on our voice chat, but they were clearly struggling. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, "No, I'm not." And I was like, "Well, here's some tips." And so, we try to be a very supportive group. We're trying to be that like the opposite of what the community is leaning towards. So if you want to get back into the game, we have a pretty healthy community on our Discord.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. That sounds good. Yeah, because I'm trying to find more competitive games to get into. Valorant is really one of the ones I'm trying to because I'm more of a competitive FPS guy, but I also love MOBAs. I can't get back into League for personal reasons, and Heroes of the
Like,
Storm. Heroes of the. If you're playing Heroes of the Storm, then yeah, I'll play it. But nobody I know plays it anymore, which makes me sad.
oh, me and Cassidy play all the time.
What the balls? How come you never told me?
Yeah, my girlfriend's better at.
Like, I need to learn how to get good with what's his name? Uh, uh, fuck, what's his name? Mister. I like to mix DNA for the swarm. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Avatar?
Yes,
Nidus.
Abathur, not Nidus.
Ah, man. You know what? A really good Avatar can make.
That's the thing. I want to be a good Abathur.
I play Orphea.
Huh?
If anybody wants an invite to our Discord, let me know and I'll go ahead and send you one.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. You already sent me one, so.
He
Yeah,
sounded
I know.
like he was like half a mile away when he said, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah.
You can have me.
I'm
Triplet.
gonna
You
go
want
where?
one?
Yeah.
I can send you an invite real quick if you're interested. Trip Hazard.
Send it to all of us.
Yeah, just send it to everybody.
Cool. All right, got you all added. But yeah, I will make you guys smiters. So we have different roles in our server based on what games you play, because like we don't want like people who don't play the game to come in and just like
Be there.
clog. Because we have people in the Smite channel who weren't talking about Smite, who were just like who don't play Smite. And we're like, hey, can you not? But yeah, if you're interested in any games, like we have crafters, smiters, we're gonna add some other game roles as well. But
All
yeah,
right. Sounds good.
So you said that you like open world style games. Do you like open world survival type games?
yeah, anything that I can pretend that I'm another person in another world and not in the real one.
A game that might be worth checking out.
Hey, don't you be growling at me. Sorry, cat got mad at me for doing what she wanted.
Another game that you
That's a
might want to
cat.
check out, which is pretty new, is called Last Oasis.
Oh,
It's
okay.
currently in alpha. I think it's alpha or like early access on Steam. But it is pretty decent, and it's not one of these ones where when you have to take like 3 hours to do a tutorial. It's literally half an hour. You get a vehicle, and then you're up. It's basically like if you ever seen Wild Wild West with Will Smith.
I haven't.
Ah.
Okay. You basically have something called walkers, which is like a machine that has legs which walk, and obviously you work your way up to getting a bigger, better one, and then you go into like battle with other people.
Like Zoids.
I like Zoids.
I know. We
Artistically,
used to play.
it knows me. Yes, I love Zoids. Man,
Oh,
I
we used
want to
to
watch that whole
play that.
series again. Man, I miss Zoids. Sorry, that was
Oh,
a
shit.
blast from the past. I love Zoids. This is the only mecha thing that I like. I don't like mech stuff, but Zoids, I don't know what it is about it. I love Zoids.
So if you're
So
watching,
it was awesome.
if you're watching Alan's stream, that YouTube link that I've just posted is the trailer for Last Oasis.
I will check it out.
If anything, Trip, you can post it in Discord too.
Yeah, you can post it in
Oh,
Discord.
yes,
Because I don't
yes.
have Twitch on my phone because It yeah.
Your phone is amazing.
Where
Yeah,
should I put it?
my phone's small. Wait, for my channel, for my Discord, you can put it in
Well,
chaos.
I just sent it yeah as an actual like message.
Oh yeah, I see it. I'll watch it after the podcast.
Yeah.
But Alan, where in yours?
Just in general. I mean, I've seen this trailer. You've showed it to me too, so it's badass.
Yeah, it is pretty good, and it's not mega expensive. It's not like it's a $60 game. It's only like for me, I think I paid like £19 for it.
Just like a $30, $32 game.
Yeah, something like
It's not bad.
that. But it's a game that I would recommend playing with friends, not exactly solo,
Okay.
because there's quite a lot of PvP in it. Like you
Mhm.
start off in sort of like a training tile, and then once you've got your walker and you've done like your little tutorial, you can then move freely around the map.
Is it like
Um,
that one zombie game? They had a zombie open world survival game. I can't remember what it was called now. That you would raid houses and you could join alliances with people, but also you could like end up fighting other players.
well, it's not a zombie game as
Well, no,
such.
I mean minus the zombie part, obviously, but I mean like where it is open world and you could end up fighting for resources or.
Well, the way that it's set up, which is kind of an odd concept, is all of the servers. So you've got like your Europe servers, your USA servers, your Asia servers. They're all sort of interlinked with each other, and you basically start off on like a hexagonal tile, but then you've got like more tiles around it, and you can move from like one tile to the next. Um, because from what I know about the story, is that the world has stopped spinning. So if you stay in a certain tile for too long, I think you can actually like die from being burnt to a crisp. I've not got that far into it yet, but that's what I've heard. Um, so you basically have to go out and like fight for resources and all that sort of stuff. You build like the little walker robots made out of wood, but they get bigger the further you progress. Um, yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Another really cool game that I've heard of, but I've not personally gotten to play, is called The Forest. And I know I posted a link in Twitch a few weeks ago for Alan, because I think we were talking about horror games,
Hmm.
and it's literally a game where you're being chased by animals.
Yeah, it's like a horror survival game, which I think Ty and
Uh,
Jack will love.
Yeah, that's something that we definitely would have on our channel. Like
so
horror
good
survival.
note to this is all I really know about the game, but good note to do is build your shelter close to like a lake or a river as you can, like right on the shoreline, because apparently the cannibals can't swim, so you want your entrance into you have to come in through the water, because apparently they can't swim. That is literally all I know about the game. Nothing else about it.
Oh wait,
Uh,
what is it called again?
The forest.
yeah, the
Oh,
forest.
oh yeah, the forest. Yeah, I think we have that. I've seen it. It's yeah, the plane crash and then you have to like
Yep, that's the one.
yeah, I'm familiar with that one. We haven't played it yet, but I've watched a lot of Jack and Mark play it and it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is. All right. Now, so I want to take this chance to see if any of our viewers are awake. And if y'all have any questions or want to ask something, have any comments, anything like that, I'm turning it over to you viewers. If
There was a viewer who did redeem stuff for a points for a recipe. I don't know if you want to do that now or if you want to wait until actually after the podcast.
I mean,
Did mention to them that we would get to it after the podcast, but Q&A section.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I,
essentially.
I think it was GSG Stitch who requested
yeah,
that.
Yes, if he's still in channel and alive, I guess I can share a recipe that I did last night, which is a baked cauliflower dish, which is actually
Ooh, yummy.
supposed to be keto friendly. Um, Essentially, it is you get cauliflower, and you want to cut it up into small bits, but not so small that they break up into like little like rice-sized bits. But um, you set that aside once you cut them up. You want to make sure you get rid of any of the stalk and any of the leaf. And you want to essentially, for this recipe, you want to use one cauliflower. And you want to use about roughly a cup worth of sour cream, about half a cup worth of shredded cheese, your choice of flavor, and salt, pepper. And on the side, you want to make a custard out of 2 eggs and a cup of heavy cream. Mix that together until it's nice and whisked. Put in get your cauliflower, mix it with all of your cheese and your sour cream, lay it into a casserole dish, pour in your custard, put it in the oven at 420 for about 30 minutes to 25 minutes till the top is nice and golden brown. Take it out, and there you go.
Part
Huh?
of me wants to say that sounds delicious, but the other part of me hates eggs and sour cream.
Let's see. Peachproof asks, "Do you find it better to focus on a specific game or genre of games? Is it having, or is having a sort of gimmick good or too hooky?" What are your guys' opinion on that?
No.
I have
Feel
no
like
idea what the question was.
Okay,
I
so do you
feel
find it
like
better to focus on a specific game or genre, or is it, sorry, a specific game or genre? Is it good to have a specific gimmick for your channel, or is that a little bit too hokey to have a gimmick?
The only thing that I can say is just be you. Don't try and be the next somebody. Be the next you.
yeah.
Because if you start going on the lines of like, you know,
That's my
some of the
thing.
bigger streamers, yeah, like some of the bigger streamers who have got that gimmicky style thing going, yes, they get a lot of views, but also you are not that person. So
Hmm.
just do what you love to do. If you like playing one type of game, play one type of game. If you like venturing out and playing thousands of games, because
Yeah.
there might be a genre out there that you've never played before that you might really enjoy. It's all about trial and error, to be honest.
Yeah, I think on that note, because like we actually are a channel that focuses on one genre. To comment on that, focusing on one genre can be good in terms of like it gives you focus, but like I love horror games, Say loves horror games, but we also like other games. So I feel like if you want to focus on a genre because that's what you like to do, go ahead and do it. You are going to pigeonhole yourself though with your viewers because not everybody likes to watch one genre. Not everybody wants to watch 7,000 Five Nights at Freddy's videos. So you do need some variety to keep viewers, but don't do it for the views because if you're not enjoying yourself, your viewers aren't going to enjoy what they're watching. Your gimmick, your thing, your branding will actually come out naturally once the longer you do it. You can't go in day one and be like, "What's my brand?" Because you don't know your brand. You're not going to know your brand until you've been like doing it for a while. Say and I have been doing Scream Gals, like I said, for a couple years now, consistently for a year, and we've only just now have like a line that like our consistent outro that we say. Um, if you try to force an outro, like like Jacksepticeye has top of the morning to you, like if you say top of the morning to you, it's gonna sound weird because if you're not, him, because that's his thing.
Well,
Um,
it's if you're not Irish, because Irish
well, also, yeah, if
is
you're not
yeah,
Irish.
it's kind of like an
Excuse
Irish
me,
thing.
shall I put on my Irish accent and then do it? Like,
No.
Top of the morning to you.
top of the morning to you. But like, if you don't have like if you don't try to force a thing because if you try to force the god damn it now I'm gonna stuck in an accent. If you try to force a thing, then it becomes like it becomes ingenuine. So like I know Alan has touched on the positivity. Positivity is great, but some people force it to the point that it feels fake. Alan comes from a very genuine, place where he truly does want other people to have that positivity. You see some Instagram stories where they're just very like, "Oh yeah, my life is perfect. Oh my god." Like you
But
don't
then
want to come
behind
off
Bullshit
closed
fake.
doors,
people.
nothing like that.
Yeah, right. And then like you meet them in person and your heroes never meet your heroes. But
Right.
like yeah, be genuine. Don't worry about your gimmick. Don't worry about your hook. Don't worry about your brand. Just go in, just do it, and it will come naturally. And once that starts to happen, your brand will build itself in streaming. It's really hard to just start with a gimmick.
I think for me, I think Alan is the only person that I've consistently watched from the Facebook group. And I remember messaging him the first time that I seen one of his, because it popped up on my wall because I'm part of the Twitch group on Facebook. It popped up on my wall, and I was like watching the video, and I messaged him and I said, oh, I come into his stream and I said, why do you sound like the weatherman? Because he puts on that that weatherman sort of facade for his like going live in however long thing that he does on Facebook. And since then, like near enough every single day when he's on, if I'm awake, we've been becoming good friends and playing a lot of Warframe together.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, his going live videos, I think SAN Facebook group, I think they shared it from your Twitter, was honestly what brought me into your stream. Just this person who was so nice and genuine and honestly wanted people to have a great day. I watched, I think, two or three of them, and I was like, I want to go in and meet this person. I want to go in and hang out with him. And I came in and I was just like, oh my God, you are amazing. You're just this wonderful person that, like, honestly, I follow much larger streamers, and Alan's stream is the only one that I actually repeatedly go into day after day, multiple times a day, because I love how Alan is as a person and his just mannerisms, his mentality. He's so nice and outgoing, and yeah, you have some bad days every now and then, and
Don't
you know
we
what?
all?
Everybody does. No, everybody has those days, and he should fault you for being human. And that's just that's what I really like about Alan's stream. I wouldn't keep coming back if I didn't like the person that I went to see.
Exactly.
Now
And
I don't go to much. I don't go. I actually prefer a much smaller community, one where I can get to actually talk with the master. Because if you're in a stream with 200, 300, 1,000, 3,000 people, your messages are flying by like
yeah,
a mile a minute, and they ain't
It,
going to be able to see it. And yeah, we've talked about this before, where yeah, you could just put it on slow mo. Yeah, you could,
but the
but
slow mod's still fast when you've got thousands of people in a like
exactly.
a large streamer's you know audience.
I think slow-mo really only works per person, so, like, that person can only post a message every so
it's
many seconds.
basically yeah. But if you have somebody, it's like okay, you only post one message every 10 minutes. You have 1,000 people who can post in that 10 minutes. It's still 1,000 messages every 10 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. I just want to like say something though about like you're saying Alan's genuine like positivity and everything. As someone who has known him since oh, I'm about to age us here since high school. It's been over 10 years I've known this guy. He has always been that genuine person. Being a streamer has not made him suddenly change, made him put on this fake persona. He's always been that person who's put his chosen family and his friends, like, as a priority. He's always been a caring person with a huge heart. And so, like, you are getting an Alan that is not curated and fake for you guys. Alan has always done what he can to better himself and better others and be that positive force, in his friends' lives and in the people for the people he cares about. So, like, and again, he's not perfect. I'm not perfect. If anybody claims to be perfect, they're selling you something. But like,
Right?
you know, like Alan really has always been that person. You like again, what year was it that I met? 2005, I think. So I've known you for like 15 years now. Like, it, you really are getting Alan.
Summer
Like,
school.
I mean, one thing that I can say about Alan after only knowing him for a short time, and I'm gonna use the military as an example. I've known people who was a private soldier and have then gone and got promoted, which they still stay in that private soldier lifestyle. They've just got like a stripe on the chest, who had then been promoted again, and they've turned into the biggest assholes you could ever imagine. And I've seen a lot of streamers do exactly the same thing. They
oh
were
yeah, woo,
great people when they first started. They got affiliate, still the same person. They get partnered, turned into the biggest asses on the planet. Don't be that person. And I know Alan, if he ever gets partnered, which I hope he does eventually,
same.
I don't think he will
Yeah.
change. He will still be that same person, just with more viewers.
You know what?
Yeah.
Want yeah, exactly. Here. I want the best for Alan. Like, we want him to get partnered. Want to be able to see his dream come to fruition, to be able to be that parent streamer and
Well,
show other parents that he can, like, you can do this. This is what
Yeah.
you want to do. You could do it. And him not changing at all for that only is going to make it better. And is
Mhm.
only going to make me respect him more as a person because
I
you
think I
could
think
very easily change.
I think the reason why he wants to stream to show his daughter that it doesn't you don't have to have the best education, you don't have to be the richest person, but you can have a life by streaming.
Pretty
You,
rich and
you can
friends. You
yeah,
know,
like having friends is more important to me than having all the money in the world.
exactly. Because you could have billions of dollars, but what for if you're all alone,
Most of the friends that you have when you've got a lot of money are just fake friends anyway.
right? Like, can
Yeah.
you buy me a car? I just want a car. Thanks.
When you've not spoke for a while, what have you got to say?
Right. But
uh,
like, it's just like, I love his daughter. She's so cute. I still need to meet her in person.
There's-
But I do love that, he's got genuine motivation for this. Like, it's just it's so on brand for Alan though to not just do this for himself, but he's doing it for someone else. Like, that is so on brand for Alan. You have no idea. It's so ridiculously on brand. It's like, you're doing this for yourself. He's like, I'm doing this so you guys can have, blah 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 or blah blah blah. And it's just like, I mean, that man literally taught me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh from the ground up. Like, that was our friendship was built on Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I
yep.
wish his camera was up at the moment so we could see him tearing up.
Yeah, that's kind of what's going on here.
Aw,
Uh,
you crying? It's okay.
uh,
I started tearing up too. I honestly, like, I mean, like, you helped me get a job. Like, granted, the owner was a dick, but you helped me get that job. Like, that job helped me a lot and during that time that I needed it. And like, you've been supportive of like my culinary uh dreams, and like, you've been supportive of the gaming that we've been doing, and you've always been very supportive, like, of all your friends. So we want the best for you.
no.
Agreed. Like, I came in to your stream and I don't remember exactly how I ended up bringing up that I'm a streamer as well. And you were like, "Oh my god," and then you followed me and you came in to lurk for my next stream, which was probably later that night, and you just started shouting me out as during your streams, and I was like, "Wow."
Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Really, thank you. Uh, anyways, so yeah. What's up, heavy dirty souls? Yeah, it's just guys being dudes. Anyways, yeah. So this particular segment is for viewers and viewer comments and questions. Give me 1 second.
No worries.
Make Alan cry.
Quick, give us some questions so we stop making him cry. You're making me up. I'm all tear-eyed over here, like, oh man.
Okay. Now my little
Suppress these emotions.
yeah, my little two cents on what Peach Proof asked and is when it really comes down to it, yeah, what these guys have said, yeah, be genuine, be yourself, because your brand, like Ty says, grows from you. And those people who do choose to be a gimmick, do choose to put on an act for their stream. That's definitely something you can do. That is definitely, on the routes, like say Dr. Disrespect. He is not that person 24/7. First off, second off, being that person will wear on you. It does, but you have to be ready for that if you want that to be your stream. Um, but when it comes down to a specific game or genre, don't tie yourself down. Like I say, I'm a Warframe streamer. That's because mainly I love Warframe right now. But there will be a point where Warframe will have a content drought, and I will move on to other games for a little bit. But um, depending on the game that you choose to stick to or the genre that you stick to, there is always a community that you can grow from. It's just a matter of the amount of work that you're willing to put into that community specifically. So, there's always routes. Always be ready to grow. Don't tie yourself down to one singular thing, but don't push yourself too far. Don't set your sights so high that you can't see where you're going.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
it's like being a child when you're streaming. You take baby steps first.
Yeah.
You have to sort of stumble before you can actually walk, before you can actually run. So I'd just do, if you want to stream, just do it for your enjoyment. If you get people that are watching, or if you don't, if you have some days where you have no viewers,
Those are rough.
don't
Yeah.
don't focus on numbers. Numbers is the worst thing that you can think of. Stream because you want to stream and because you enjoy gaming. That's it. That's all I can say. People that say that you have to put on this act and you have to do all this, no, you don't. If you enjoy playing a game, play it. You don't. A word of advice that I would say is don't play oversaturated games if you're going to stream. Like play them, because you enjoy them. But if you're going up against, say, I don't know, Tinder Tapman who's playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, if you started streaming that, the likelihood of you getting one single viewer is going to be slim to none
Mm-hmm.
because they're watching the streamers. Go for games that have less than 2,000, So Warframe, for example, hasn't got many viewers. People still watch it. A lot of people coming to
Yeah.
Alan's stream plays Warframe.
Really
Yeah.
random game to
Yeah.
piggyback on that is say the other half of Scream Gals is a very big fan of American McGee, and American McGee is known for his American McGee Atlas. Um, and one of the games that he's made that we really enjoy is called Grim. And so she got Grim, and I just started playing Grim on the channel, and that's one of our top viewed games. That one of our popular games on our channel is Grim. I think Minx did it for a little bit. Like, it did actually get popular for a little bit, but before Minx did it, we were one of the few people who've actually played that game. And so with that, people kind of also don't have a choice because they're like, well, we want to see somebody who's played the game. They're going to go to you. Like I said, we're going to play AC Valhalla. Do you know how many big people are involved with Valhalla? like who are gonna get like first looks, first access, like before we are even able to buy the game, like we're probably not gonna get a lot of views, but I want to play that game and I'm gonna enjoy it. So I'm gonna do it anyways, even though we might only get like our usual, 4 to 5 people. But play the games because you like it, and play the games like go to your indie games, your
Yeah.
independent like developers. Those games. There's Whistling Wizard right now is creating this absolutely beautiful game called Rose and Lock that I've been following, and one of the people I follow in the voice acting community was cast as the main character. But I saw the gameplay and I was like, hey, we're a channel, we're small, but we absolutely love the artwork and the game that you're doing. We'd love to be able to stream it. Would you guys be cool if we like stream some of your stuff? And they're like, we actually we'd very much appreciate that. So you want to get in touch with these independent like developers because they're small too. So they understand what it's like to be small, and they understand what it's like to support each other. And you're gonna get people like who are gonna want to see gameplay, and they're gonna go to you. So that's way better than trying to hop on the hype train. Because like the hype train is so saturated. Like we played Five Nights at Freddy's. Do you know who else plays Five Nights at Freddy's? Markiplier.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. Hey, listen, I beat it. I beat Five Nights at Freddy's 3 faster and better than Markiplier. All right, you
Oh.
can fight me on that one.
Now, to
Never
piggyback
played
onto
it.
this particular subject, when it comes down to it, nobody's telling you not to play the games that are oversaturated.
Exactly.
If you enjoy it, do it, because at the end of the day, think of it this way: when you watch sports, when you watch actors, whatever, and so on and so forth. If you ever watch somebody who doesn't enjoy what they're doing, is it really good? Nah, not really. It's kind of horrible to watch. Nobody wants to watch somebody who's not having fun.
Exactly. So if you hop like the other thing to think about is like, I remember back when Let's Plays were like kind of starting and kind of becoming a thing. Like you had two different styles. You had blind plays were much more were much more uncommon than walkthroughs. So Let's Plays actually started as I've played this game before, I know where everything is, and they were more of a walkthrough, but they're called Let's Play, like Zelda Ocarina of Time. So I would walk you through Zelda Ocarina of Time because I know where everything is. But Let's Plays eventually became more synonymous with a blind playthrough. And so if you sit there and you're watching somebody go, okay, and this is where you are going to get Epona, you're going to want to do this, and then you don't want to watch it. But if you go, you're like much more excited about it, like, oh my god, guys, this is my favorite part. This is where we get Epona, and then we get to jump over the wall, and then we can ride all over Hyrule on our horse now. We got our buddy. Like, that's the difference. It's like, somebody who enjoys the game versus someone who's like giving you a lecture on it, or like, yeah, I guess this is cool. Like playing God of War, the Norse one, because they don't have a proper subtitle for that game. Like, I love Norse stuff, so I'm in that game going like, man, I just love this so much. Or I'm like, oh, they got the lore wrong. Like, you gotta enjoy it, even if it's a popular game. Like I said, Valhalla, I'm gonna play that game. I don't care. You can fight. I'll get my axe and I will fight you. Let's go 1v1.
Let's see.
Let's
I
go.
love Assassin's
Maybe
Creed
all-
games.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
love Norse stuff. I'm Norse pagan. Again, I am shamelessly pagan. That's another thing about our channel. We are shamelessly pagan. And so Norse, the fact that a developer like Ubisoft is touching the Norse, and they did so much respect to Odyssey with their gods and their culture. I just I want to play it so badly. Like, you have no idea. Like, every fiber of my being wants to play that game, and I know I have to compete with other streamers, but I don't care. I want to play that game so bad.
Yep.
I got a bit of spine
Yes.
tingles in that trailer. And then he's
Oh,
like,
God.
Odin is with us. And then you see the
Oh, I
crow
got
fly
goosebumps
over.
with you
Like,
just
wow.
saying that. Like, I got goosebumps just with you saying Odin is with us. Like,
Yeah.
ah.
Part Norwegian, so yeah. I also really like old history and like the gods and stuff from like ancient Rome and Greece, even though they were the same. Um,
A little
Egypt,
bit.
Norse. Oh,
I know a
Romans
lot of
took the
Norse,
Greek.
I know a lot of Norse pagans, and if you get into the deep side of it, they actually were more different than you think.
I was more meaning Greek and Roman
Oh no, I know.
gods.
I know I know a lot of Roman pagans that who have done a lot of studying, and the Roman and Greek gods are a little bit more different than people actually think on the surface level.
But like, I really enjoy those parts of it
Mhm.
because US doesn't have that great long history. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
only because it's like 250 years old or whatever. But at the same time, you know, deep lore and mythology in your culture that made it's taken and made into video games like centuries later. That is just
Right?
amazing.
Yeah.
And
One thing with Assassin's Creed games, which a lot of people turn around and say, "Oh, this game sucks," and "this game sucks," and "there's so much bugs." You've actually got to step back and realize how much effort and research they've done
Yeah.
for those games. It's like Origins, which was the Egypt one.
Yeah. I
That
haven't played that one yet.
that one was so good. I enjoyed that, and it was just being able to scale the pyramids. It was. I was like, wow, I was blown away. Even though it tanked my CPU so hard, and I did have to get in touch with Ubisoft a few times, trying to get it sorted. But you have a look back at like Black Flag was pirate.
Yes, their naval battles and that is just. Do you know how difficult it is to just animate water? Like, forget about the naval battles, just animating water and making it look real.
At the time when that game came out, it was harder than what it is now.
Mhm. That's what I'm saying. Like animating water has always been a struggle for any game. Like you look at old games, where they have these amazing graphics and then the water looks like doo doo.
Yeah.
Like
right,
this whole
It,
game is
it,
based on the
I've not
water.
I've not played much of the new one, but just being in that sort of 300 style setting, I like that first fight. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool.
Oh, for Odyssey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Odyssey though, like what I think what Vin is saying is like Dionysus or Dionysus, but they don't even say Dionysus. They say Dionysus, Herodotus, Alcibiades. Their pronunciation of the names are so genuine and true to like what it would have been, like Aphrodite rather than Aphrodite. Like they are not said anglicized. They're said how they would have been said. They've done the research. The NPCs, if you bump into them, they will yell at you in Greek. Like we have learned Greek just by listening to the game and looking things up and being like, what is this word? Oh
And
my god.
Italian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just like for Odyssey specifically, like
Uh,
they have native voice actors so that the accents are native and true. It's not a white world. Like a lot of people think of ancient Greece being white, like not like skin tone white, but like white clothing, white statues, white everything. They weren't. A lot of the stuff was actually very, very colorful. It's just the paint over time has like,
Faded.
worn away and faded. But Ubisoft did the research and you walk through this way more colorful world than you would have expected, and it's just there's so much. They have pigs everywhere for Hestia. Like they have some of the cults that were around. Like the amount of research that they have done, like, and I've seen some of it spilling over into the Valhalla team. They have Viking names, and one of the Viking names is going to be flighting. And people forget that flighting was a thing in ancient Norse communities. It's literally roasts. Like that's what they would do for fun. They would like ancient Norse rap battles essentially of roasting each other. That's what flightings were. And they're going to be adding that in. And I'm just like absolutely astounded by the amount of research and respect they are doing to the culture. Like I just yeah, I think I just I'm absolutely blown away by the amount of work they put in, and like to hear people complain that it's not like 100% historically accurate or it's not truly an Assassin's Creed game. I'm like, y'all don't understand how much work like
It's hard to
any
read.
of this is. Like especially Norse, there's not as much resources available as Greek. Like
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna come out with like after Valhalla, if they'll come out with sort of like a Japanese era.
I would
Um,
love for them to take an
I
Asian
think
turn.
they're gonna have to because in Odyssey they talk about there's someone on the in the modern day who is part of the uh oh, I can't remember the name now, but they're part of a Japanese sect of like assassins.
like
So
samurais.
I thought there was a Japanese one
There
because
was a
there's a
Chinese
Russian
one.
one.
It was
A Chinese, that's what it was.
there was a 2.5D side scroller, if I remember correctly. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know
I
if
know they did
they
Russian.
Yeah.
I don't know if they expanded on that game. I know it came out with Assassin's Creed Liberations and right around in that area. It might
Mm.
have came out around the time Rogue and Black Flag came out.
So they've been
It
done a proper
was
full game that's
yeah.
Asian based of any kind. Okay.
Now,
Like
as much as I would like to continue this conversation of Assassin's Creed, we do have to get into the next question. Peach
Yes.
Roof asked, "It's any advice to keep up your confidence when your chat room is empty and no one is watching you? What motivates you?"
I
Oh,
mean, since I'm probably the smallest streamer here and have usually almost nobody in my stream, honestly, it's really just I keep doing it because I enjoy streaming and I want to make it a career like all of the rest of the streamers usually. Um, so I main reason why how I keep up my confidence and motivation is I just, I've heard plenty of times that, oh, you need to stream like you're talking to 1,000 people. Okay, well, there's that thing in the back of my head going, I know there's not 1,000 people there already.
yeah.
So I'm just going to, the game, focus on chat so much. Like every few 30 seconds or something, I'm always looking over just to see if anybody showed up and posted a message. Usually it is Peach Roof. They're usually there. Alan's been there a few times, but usually Alan's working, so you're usually lurking. Um, which is not a problem. I love it anyway. Just the fact that you're there. Sometimes my brother comes in and him and I get on Discord and we are chatting. I keep up my motivation uh, by just, you know, I'm gonna stream for the 3 hours or so. I'm going to focus on playing this game. Yeah, if there are people there, I'll talk to them. I'll try to get them engaged, but ultimately, if they're not replying back, you know, I can only do so much to get them to reply back, and I'm not going to uh, be overly upset or disappointed that nobody's talking. Just because, why would I? Why would I? I know that I'm a much smaller streamer. I know I'm still growing. There's still definitely things that I need to learn, like talking more frequently while I'm gaming, explaining what I'm doing, or stuff like that to get people engaged. But
Mm.
yeah, I keep up my motivation just from like the love and support of Alan and Peach Roof and my brother who all come into my stream. Like you guys are why I keep doing it outside of, hey, I want to do this as a living, uh, and I want to build something that people could come in and go, you know what? I came in when you were much smaller, and you haven't changed a bit, and you make me feel welcome every single time I come in. And that's what I want and that's what my goal is, just, straight up to have that motivation to do that. And I'm pretty open with everything about myself. You could come in and you could ask me really any question, and I will probably answer your question. So, that's kind of how I stay motivated.
Uh, I think we're probably like the second smallest stream, and relative to you, and we had a long stretch of empty chat rooms. We also will get the people who don't know how the chat rooms work. We stream on PlayStation, so sometimes the people who are watching aren't watching on YouTube; they're watching through their PlayStation. And to pretty much echo what Vin said, is just start talking about the game. Um, some people, like, I always joke that Say is more talkative when the microphone is off, because when she plays video games by herself at home, I'm like doing my art or something, and she'll be like talking and just talking. I'm like, how come when we're streaming you don't say any of that? So just pretend that, like, if it helps, that no one is there, just talk the way you would, like, to a game normally, or be like, I just pretend sometimes that people are there because we stream to YouTube, so our videos are recorded. And I'll just be like, "Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing great today. Feel free to drop a comment about, blah 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 blah." I give like little prompts. If you see that you have 4 viewers and no one's talking, just be like, "Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. Does anybody have anything fun coming up this week that they want to talk about?" And then, maybe say like, "Oh yeah, like, I've got, an audition coming up that I'm excited about," or like, you can drop your thing, and it does help, like, get people to talk. But if you have absolutely, literally not even one viewer, you have to just keep going. You just, talk about your game. Be like, "Hey, so, I'm actually really excited about this part coming up in the game because, the storyline so far, blah, 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 blah." Just talk about the game and talk, about the content, because you will get people who come in. We've had random people come in more recently now who are just like, "Oh, hey, I see you're playing this game. Do you recommend it? Do they start asking questions. But if you give up because no one's there, no one's ever going to be there. Ask friends to come at least, like, watch the stream. Like, Vin, you said that your brother will hop in Discord sometimes. Having a second person there definitely helps. For me, I have Say, so usually Say and I can we just talk to each other. Uh, if I'm on Twitch, because, like, I will sometimes stream like my personal accounts on Twitch, and we don't have much of a Twitch following compared to YouTube, and I just talk about the game. I just talk like to like other characters. I just make myself sound like a crazy lady. It's fine.
I think that's kind of the way we have to do it, is make us sound like we're crazy people
Yeah.
when
Make sure your
we're
inner
streaming
monologue
by
is your
ourselves.
outer monologue.
I think
Man.
one thing that helps is if you are, like, say nobody in your chat whatsoever, and you know it's all well and good asking questions, but if you're not getting a reply, you just get put down a little bit by it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Playing story driven narrative games where it's not somebody talking, you actually have to reading out what it says in like a letter that you find or something like that.
Yes. Yes.
That will keep you sane, basically. So you don't want one that's got all these cutscenes where everybody's talking and there's like a massive quiet period, and then you go in and then you have to do something. Find a game that you have to find a lot of clues or a lot of letters or secrets and stuff like that, and then speak about, just read what it says. Even if you're not the best reader in the world, just read it. And
JRPGs are really great for that too.
yeah, exactly. So well, I'm not saying play this game because I don't like it, but Black Desert Online, that's quite a big massive game, and that's well, that's more of an MMO, in it. Is
Yeah.
it more of an Yeah, it is more of an MMO.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like JRPGs, they have a lot of storyline is just in text rather than like being spoken, because most of them are made by small people who aren't developers, and are through RPG makers, so they just type the storyline. So you have to actually, like, read what's being said. So anything that makes you read something definitely is a good idea.
A perfect
Honestly, I
example of
think
sorry, a perfect example of somebody who does that is he's quite a big streamer. Is Core Carnage. He plays a lot of
Hmm.
games, like have a lot of reading, even though he's got like thousands of people watching him. His content is really good because he'll read like everything that's in the game. So if he finds like a letter, he'll read the whole letter and then he'll try and work out clues and speaking about it. Even if you've got nobody there, it puts more of an engagement on your stream. So then, if you have say like your videos active, you should always make sure that you've got your VODs active on your stream, because that way if somebody misses your stream and they go in and watch like some of your past broadcasts, they know, okay, this isn't a person that just sits there for 6 hours and doesn't speak a word.
Yeah, no one wants to watch that. No one wants to watch you just sit there silently for hours.
Unless, of
Which is
course, you're
why, like,
super good at gameplay.
That's
I
what
mean,
for that,
I would.
even then, like I know personally, if I go to a channel and it was just dead silence and just video gameplay, I'd be like, why am I watching this? Like I can just go
why
play the
isn't this a
game.
YouTube video?
Why is this? I mean, don't get me wrong, walkthroughs are definitely a thing, and maybe if that's another thing is if you feel like you're not getting the engagement through newer games or more relevant games, go to some classics that you've played before. Like I could probably walk you through Twilight Princess. I have played that game so many times. Like I could walk you through it. Play games that you are knowledgeable about, that get you excited every single time you play it. Every single time that you see that title screen, you are just so excited to play that game. That also will definitely help you because you already have that base drive to play it. For me, I really like to just dick around in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World on PlayStation because I like dinosaurs, and so my dinosaurs will be like fighting or sick, and I'm just yelling at my dinosaurs. I'm like, "Listen, Susie, I told you gotta leave Frank alone." Like, you know. And it's literally I haven't streamed it yet, but I played that game for 6 hours, and I was yelling at dinosaurs the whole damn time. So like play a game that you can walk people through. We just be like, oh my gosh, yeah. So what we have to make sure we do if we're playing Ocarina of Time is we're gonna get an extra key, or no, we're gonna be like, we have a key in this that if we open the wrong door, we have to restart our game. So we're gonna make sure we don't open that door. Like just little things like that, and people are gonna be more engaged in your videos because you're also helping them play the game. And classics always bring people back. Like, you're going to get a whole different demographic by bringing back classics that are their childhood favorites.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
sorry, Bearbrush, do you have anything to add? Arau?
Oh,
Bear season has been opened, and we have now lost him.
Art?
Here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, do you have anything to add on the subject? Uh-oh. He's dead.
He
He's-
is dead.
I'm dying. Yeah, I was doing
I have no idea what is going on with his mic, but it goes loud and then it goes like he's moved it like 10,000
Right.
miles from his microphone.
Yeah, it's like he's walking away from it.
We're just going to have to
Hello?
communicate in smoke signals.
hello.
Yes. All right, let's let Bearbrush talk.
I was gonna say I'm really exhausted, so
The you're gonna pan out.
what?
I didn't hear the last part.
I said I'm really exhausted and I don't have anything to
Okay. All right.
Okay.
No problem, Mr. Bearbrush.
If you're
Let
gonna
the bear
be
let the bear hide.
if you're going to be wrapping up soon, Alan, one last thing that I do want to add to that last question is if you have no viewers and you're playing a new game, I would probably highly recommend recording your gameplay. And if you don't have anybody watching, just upload it to YouTube as like like a walkthrough or a playthrough or a blind playthrough, and just use that for another means of getting connected to other people. Because you don't have to be good at editing. You can just put raw footage on there. I mean, I've never done it, but it's something that I wish I would have done. But there'll be funny moments where you might have a game glitch, and then you think, okay, well, if I'm getting a lot of these game glitches, you can put like a funniest glitch compilation together, and
Exactly.
and put that onto YouTube, because having both mediums of Twitch and YouTube together is it'll bring more people in, especially if your content's funny.
Yeah, like for
Yeah.
Smite, we're playing with our friends, and so every so often I'll just hit the record button, and I've gotten some pretty funny moments in Arena that like I'm gonna go in and probably like edit them. Which, funny enough, both of the best moments that have happened involved Fenrir. But basically, like you have good moments that you happen to catch on video, or like you get weird, like you said, glitches. People absolutely love glitches. I don't know why, but it's just a popular thing. But if you have a PS4, PS4 is able to stream to Twitch or YouTube. You can't do both at the same time. If you have a PC, OBS, OBS is your best friend. But also get
Or
Restream. Restream.
Shadow play might be a good one as well if you've got an NVIDIA graphics card,
Yeah.
because that doesn't save your files as big as what OBS does. So it's actually a
How
small
do you do
file.
it on NVIDIA? We'll need to talk. We'll need to talk. But
Yeah.
we must do a restream through OBS, so we can stream to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. We have like an overlay that shows our chat from both of them as well. So we don't get a lot of watchers, but restream might be
I
something
like
we'll do.
Yes.
I like XSplit for that because you can simulcast software without needing.
I
Mm.
can barely hear you. You're going in and out.
He says that you can use XSplitter to simulcast both of them without using a third party.
You have to pay for XSplitter though.
I do.
Huh.
I don't have
I'm
money.
licensed.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't
It
have
Yeah, I don't have money.
Well,
now
Restream is free.
yeah. Now to put my thoughts on the subject before we do end this podcast here. So when it comes to having an empty chat and thinking about how to speak, my number one piece of advice I always give to new streamers is, and it's going to be kind of silly, it's going to be a little weird, but anthropomorphizing something will definitely help. Putting googly eyes on your camera or your monitor might help you have something to talk to while you're streaming. It will be good.
That's where the crazy lady comes in.
Yeah,
Get the googly eyes from that.
it's a little bit of good training to at least get you started to start speaking. Um, Also, you have to utilize every aspect that every tool that you have to network. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you can use. Anything that you think you can get some progress on. I've found a lot of progress on Twitter. I've found friends that found a lot of progress on Instagram. Some people have found progress on Facebook despite how much of a mess a lot of those Facebook groups are.
Right?
But
Like if
yeah,
you share your own page, it doesn't give you any reach if you're an admin. That's why I tell my friends to share my page, because I'm
Yeah.
like,
no, it can be a little ridiculous. Now, don't get discouraged. There's nothing comes from giving up. The road
Exactly.
the road to victory is paved with hardship and disappointment, but you got to get through it. All right? Huh?
Skulls of your enemies.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, but network is your biggest thing. Like, I told Alan, like, I'm gonna get Warframe so we can play together, and if he gets Smite, he can play on our channel, and that way we now have a cross-channel connection. Trip, then you guys are more than welcome to join us on like days that we do like Cards Against Humanity or like Uno. So having
Cards
other
Against Humanity.
streamers of varying like success levels, like just having a community of streamers that you can like go to and play with. Also, finding small streamers definitely helps as well, because some of us like Vin and I are we like to have that community engagement. Like our channel is very big on like pulling our viewers into playing with us. So
And always,
that can
always be ready to drop in other people's channels and support. If you aren't willing to support others, why are you expecting support for yourself?
exactly.
Exactly.
Oh,
I mean, it's Like I say in everything, it's you get what you give. If you're not gonna put in the effort to, get support, you're not, or to, you're not gonna put in the effort and give support, you're not gonna get any support.
Yeah. God, I cannot wait to have Twitch
Yeah.
on my phone again so I can actually support y'all.
It's like another thing as well is like with Warframe. I've been back on Warframe for like 30 days, and I've not played it for like a good 4 years. Now I went into some big streams and I was asking them questions, and obviously half of the messages didn't get read. Some of the messages did get read, but then they didn't have a clue what the hell they was doing. Um,
Hmm.
just because they're like the biggest, best streamers for that sort of title that you're playing doesn't always mean.
Hello?
You cut out. You cut out.
Oh, I think that's my finger slipped off push to talk.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, the bigger streamers aren't always the most knowledgeable at games, and I've asked Alan quite a few times on some things where he's given me the answer like boom straight away.
Yeah, and that's
So
that's
out smaller streamers doesn't always mean that they're the worst players for that game. They could be very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, my biggest example on that one is Game Grumps. Have they ever really finished a game?
nope. I actually don't think they've
Exactly.
ever finished a full on
Doki
playthrough.
Doki. They ever, did.
They did.
Oh, they
Okay,
did.
okay.
Okay.
Dixon Cap though, because that's pretty a straight shot. But fucking like I watched them play. I don't remember which Zelda game it was. I watched them play a Zelda game, and I just sat there like screaming because I was just like, "That's not no."
It's probably
So
Twilight
bad.
Princess, from what it
I
sounds
think
like.
it was. I was just like, "Oh my god, you're doing everything wrong."
But that's half the fun of watching it sometimes.
Oh no, it was pain. It was so. I'm like, I cannot watch this. We have to watch something else. I'm going to find them. I just want to talk, but I gotta find them.
Yeah, another little tip about that, it's always good to learn about the game that you're playing, no matter what it is. Learn little bits, learn trivia tips. One game that I did
Okay.
grow a little bit on was Bahamut Lagoon, which is an old game for the Super Nintendo. But I learned little trivia bits for that game, and when I did start a story playthrough of that game stream, I was dropping little trivia bits, and that's what brought people in. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I said, one moment.
Oh.
I'm just muting my mic so that you don't pick up the answering machine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
No, sorry.
to found on the trivia and stuff. Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you're coming through right now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. When Alan and I will play Monster, how often am I just sitting there rattling off? Right?
Yeah, no, and that's half that's half the fun of it too. Is if you can find someone to be people have said, and I'm reiterating, of course, what everybody has said in the stream. You know, if you can find someone to talk with you in Discord or Skype or whatever the heck it is that you're going to use for voice ops, it helps a lot. Having banter adds a lot to the stream because it adds character. If you have someone that you're friends with, like me and Art here, always shoot the shit about random stuff. And honestly, some of it's not exactly safe for work, but it's still funny as hell.
This is funny as hell.
Huh?
I said your face is funny as hell.
Damn straight. That's why people come for it.
Oh.
Burn!
You just got burnt.
You need some ointment for that burn?
Nah, just put
Yeah,
some
well,
mustard on it, man. It'll be fine.
Oh God, no. Then you're just gonna have
fast food.
You gotta use your best. You gotta use Oscar Mayer.
Oh God.
What was said then? I missed that.
Oh, not. Have you ever worked fast food?
No. So
No.
one of the
yeah.
things in fast food, if you get burned, use mustard to.
It works. It actually works.
It does. It's the oils in mustard. It's because it's really oily. It helps circumvent. Yeah.
Weird. I would never have thought about using mustard.
Yeah.
Mustard. Can I do like a real quick fun fact about like food and like with this? Just two things.
Sure.
real quick about the mustard. So, mustard, if you get a burn, mustard works. Also, if you have minor cuts, or a minor like injury and you don't have any band-aids, you can use the membrane on the inside of an eggshell as a bandage. And it actually helps speed up the healing process.
And another little tidbit to go on top of that, if you have a big cut and the bleeding doesn't seem to want to clot, black pepper is an antiseptic and a clotting agent.
Don't pour salt in it. Make sure you get the pepper, not the salt.
Yeah, do not pour salt.
That's gonna, pepper's gonna burn.
Don't do the salt. That'll burn and hurt a lot.
That'll be fine. Just pour some salt on it and slap some mustard on. You'll be
Okay, no, that's a bad idea because that's salt and vinegar. You know what that makes?
Volcanoes.
Hydrochloric acid.
Yeah, you won't have an arm left. Anyways, yeah.
All right.
It's a game stream.
What was that, Trip?
It's a game stream, not a science stream.
Right.
If you come to our stream,
But
guarantee you learn something. Like everyone always goes, I always learn something new on your streams. I'm like, that's because I'm a useless well of knowledge.
haha!
Right? I have so many useless facts.
People love
Like-
it though.
I think we should make like a trivia team.
We should.
Start
Um,
touring the different trivia shows on TV. We could make millions.
That would be cool.
Is of what? Cuts or burns?
Oh my god.
Oh god. Alrighty then, everybody. This was a lot of fun. I want to thank everyone who has asked questions, everybody who has joined. Art of Bearbrush, Sophie Vinatu, Ty of Scream Gals, Trip Hazard, all of you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being part of Buncha Dudes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. What did Stitch here say? If I ever worked in fast food, let's see, in fast food industry and got burned, I would literally lather myself with milkshake machine. Oh God. Oh God.
No,
I don't.
Thank you.
Listen,
Oh.
your milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard, but
Not me.
I'm good.
I'm not a boy.
But yeah, anyways, I'm going to be ending the podcast here. I want to thank everybody for being here, everybody who has going to be listening, has listened to. If you like the content on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and comment for any other things, any subjects that you might want brought up, and so on and so forth. The links for every single person every single caster that is part of this will be posted in the description down below. Love you guys, and I'll see you again later.